Hey team, Chris here. Hey, I've got a question for you. Do you want less hunger, less cravings, and more energy each day? Wouldn't that make your whole weight loss or just weight management journey so much easier if you didn't have to battle against hunger and particularly cravings for high carb foods or high sugary foods, if you didn't have to battle against that, and if you didn't have to battle against low energy slumps? So I'm sure that we can all imagine that we all want these three things, and I'm going to tell you one of the big secrets to achieving this is to manage your blood sugar levels. Now, before you switch off and think, wow, this is all too boring for me and I haven't got diabetes, I don't need to know about it, you do. We all need to know about managing our blood sugar levels. So I'm just going to do a really quick demonstration here, and I've got a little sheet here with blood sugar levels here and the hours of the day below here. I'm going to talk about two foods of really similar calorie level. Let's say a honey sandwich on white bread. And let's say a quite large serve of honey that has sort of 80 or 90 calories in this large serve of honey, because I don't know about you, but my daughter can use quite a large serve of that. On white bread, little fibre, and that's around about 300 calories. So 90 calories here, around 200 calories for the two slices of bread. Maybe you pop a little bit of butter on there, and we're looking at around about the 300 calorie mark. Now this is going to give us a big burst of blood sugar for our 300 calories. So let's say we eat here at hour 0, and our blood sugar level spikes up and then sort of crashes down quickly, and we get hungry again and low in energy at about this 2-hour stage. We've put in 300 calories, we've had a big spike in blood sugar and a crash. We've had insulin released from our pancreas, and we've had a crash here. Now, the blood sugar spike feels nice. We all know that when we have a chocky bicky or a packet of chips or something like that. It's like, oh yes, that little energy hit feels nice, and then on the way down doesn't feel so nice. And this is when we start to get these cravings and even a little bit shaky, like, give me food, of this, that hangry feeling. Give me food, I've got to have food now. And it's not really to do with how many calories you put in, it's to do with this spike, then crash. And what are you craving when you get this crash right down here at the bottom? You guessed it, you're craving this high carbohydrate hit again. It might be high sugar, or it might just be high carbohydrates like your packet of chips or white bread, pasta, really refined things, and we want that spike and that crash again. So this is what we want to avoid, and some people do this all day long. Spike, crash, all day long, all week long, months go on, years go on, over and over. Spike, crash, hunger, satisfy it, craving, give in to it. You go on this blood sugar roller coaster. So we want to then manage this blood sugar level. Instead of this spike and crash, we want to have it in this nice, steady, moderate rise and moderate fall. So let's imagine instead of the honey sandwich, we have a tuna and salad sandwich on grainy bread, still really similar to the 300 calories. So the amount of calories has not changed. We're still putting, it might be a little more once you add in, some salads and things, but let's say fairly close to your 300 calories. But what this 300 calories is going to do, we eat it at the same time, but it's going to give you a moderate spike and a moderate fall, and it's going to keep you full for sort of that 3.5 hours stage. Now this is obviously different for everybody depending on how big you are and how much movement you do and all of that kind of thing, but the overall, let's reduce this spike and crash, and let's get this moderate rise and moderate fall, and then we're full for much longer. We have energy for much longer. We don't have cravings. We don't have this up then down. And then what do we put in here again? Another meal or another food that gives us a moderate. So let's say we've put in 300 calories here and 300 calories here. We're full for like 6.5 hours. Whereas if we chose a food that spiked and crashed and we did it twice, we've only got to around 3 hours on the same amount of calories. the same amount of calories but a different result, because one managed our blood sugar level and one spiked, then crashed it. I know this all sounds really technical and it may be beyond you, but all you need to do is look at food through the lens of value calories, sort of what fullness value am I going to get for the same amount of calories. So comparing the honey sandwich on white bread to the tuna, lettuce and tomato sandwich on grainy bread, and imagining, or not imagining, maybe testing, tweaking and measuring how full that food will keep you. More fullness, less hunger, less cravings equals a much easier weight loss or weight management, even just not gaining journey. So the easiest way I know to do that is my favorite, everybody knows it's my favorite, portion plate, and even the tuna salad sandwich fits in here. So you've got your tuna, you've got your bread, and you've got some salad here. It's not perfect, but you know, we're talking about all the macronutrients. There's a little bit of fat contained in the oil that the tuna contained, whereas your honey sandwich is mainly just your all carbohydrates here, which gives you the spike, then crash. Same amount of calories, that's the point I want to get around to you. Same amount of calories, but a different response to your body. So for your homework tomorrow, I want you to view your food through the lens of how full does this keep me? Fuller for longer automatically means it's managing your blood sugar levels. And then your whole journey is going to be a whole lot easier. We talk about this and a whole lot more in my coaching programs, and I do have a new one starting very soon. Go to christinsley with a .com/join, and you'll be able to find out all about it. But I'd love to have you join us, and as I said, we talk about this and so much more, and we make your weight loss journey and health and fitness journey as easy as possible and with as less disruption as possible. So I'm just gonna, someone's written me a letter here, a message here. What snacks do you suggest I can carry around in my bag for times when I can get to sit and have a nice meal? So wherever you can avoid snacks and think meals, I would do that, Annette. So let's get off team snacks and onto team meals. But if you really need a snack, then a fresh piece of fruit, because it contains the fiber, and the fiber is going to manage that blood sugar level a lot better than a food without fiber. So fresh piece of fruit would be good. An apple is great because you don't need any packaging. Throw it in your bag. Also anything sort of, even a sandwich in Glad wrap that sort of contains all of these. It is hard throwing things in your bag. I'm going to say get on team meals, not snacks, wherever possible, but a fresh piece of fruit is probably your best bet. All right, I'm going to go now and get my dinner ready, but if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything like that, pop them in the comments section and I will check them on the replay and I will answer any questions below. But manage that blood sugar level and everything else is easier. christinsley.com/join. See you guys.